What is up, dudes? I'm Grandma with another video. Today we're gonna talk about Tales from the Dark Battle Path, which is gonna come after this one, Europe's Edge. And I want to make this video straightly before I go on vacation. So you're gonna see a big pause for me for like roughly a month. I'm sorry about that, but I have also a lot of plans and a lot of projects I have to finish and parties to be there. So first and foremost, let's go ahead with this video. So we have some tanks that basically are not refurbished, but are some sort of, let's say, improved ones. We have a T90, which is much better than the T90 we have at tier 9. So this is gonna be a tier 10 tank, and if some of you knows, basically T90 MBT at tier 9 is one of my favorite MBTs in the game. But this one, it's gonna be awesome. And it will be interesting to have him in the game and see how it looks. And then we have some sort of BMPTs, some sort of AVs, and so on. But the battle path is interesting, it looks interesting, so let's go ahead in the prizes. So it says legendary prizes. We have the skin named Kosh K or Kos K. Let's have a quick look. So first and foremost, this is for the T14 152, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, and this skin is, man, it's awesome. Man, it is awesome. And with the buffs that comes up to this battle path, or after this battle path, or meanwhile it's running this battle path for the Russian MBTs in the game, some pretty good buffs. It's gonna be an interesting battle path is gonna come out. Let's go ahead to other skins. We have for this Cornet, and basically yeah, I'm not a big fan of some skins. Like this one seems fine, but when you're gonna unlock the levels or missions and so on. So we have Zmei Gorinich, we have another one, we have another one, we have Wodianoi, we have Leshi or Leshai, Kikimora, we have Striga, Shapeshifter. This sounds pretty good, but yeah, another dragon scales. This one might look good on some tanks, MBT tanks, especially something like Merkava. Yeah, dragon scales again. I think this skin is gonna be pretty used by players in the game. Looks pretty sick because we like the snake skin. You know, I like also, or the rattlesnake skin that you can also add some base paint to it. Sunlit forest, pine forest, deep forest, and then we have some decals for Wodianoi. I like this one with the magical fish. It looks pretty fun. It might be also a nice tattoo for whoever wants to. This fireboard looks pretty dope. And then we have this bright falcon, something like Maya or something like this. And then we have Bogatur. And we have realistic prizes. It says some players like realistic prizes more, and we totally get that. That's why aside or from the above, we prepare some more contemporary customizations options for you as well. So they have then a Kitka skin that was featured at Army 2023 Expo in Moscow. This is the skin. This is how it looks on the tank. Pretty different from what we saw. Like this is what it looks like supposedly, you know, in the game, but this is how it's supposed to look in real life. It's a big difference. Not so accurate, but close to it. And from the side or rear. And then we have Rusalka for the T62M, the tier 5-4, whatever it is. Small tiers are free. And we have one for the tier 10 Cornet, the military police skin. I like this one, but I like my other one that I have. More skins for the Cornet D1, the Russian modern, Russian Syria, Russian Arctic. This one on Russian Arctic looks pretty nice, I have to admit. And Russian Experimental and Russian Parade, not my type. Parade 2, Stripes, not my type. And these are the tank. We have the BT Air 82A. It's an 8x8. I think I've made also a video about this tank when I've made the AAV Tech Tree, or the Russian Tech Tree, or the Marashishkin Tech Tree, the BTR 80. Yeah, it's a good tank, but I'm not a big fan of 8x8, and they've been added a lot of 8x8s lately. And we have some tanks that, man, they're very annoying. I hope so. I hope it will be like a very interesting vehicle. Yeah, obviously Azerbaijan is supposed to have 100 to 200 according between 2018 2023. In Belarus also, in Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan also some vehicles as these. Yeah, it has two ATGM launchers and it has also an autocannon, so it's gonna be a tier 8 premium AFV. Hopefully we'll have also some you know, good abilities, especially with AT squad, hopefully. Going back now to the BMP-2M, the tier 9 premium AAV. I'm a big fan of the BMP lines in the game, especially at tier 5-6. These tanks are freaking awesome. I really like them, and that's why I made them as the best tier, you know, 5, tier 6 AV, and made videos about. It will be very interesting to have this one also again for ATGM launchers and a machine gun and also cannon. So it will be an interesting vehicle. Hopefully we'll have also a cage, something like this. It will be like a mini Terminator, probably. Yeah, something like this. But it will be a really good tank at tier 9. Hopefully not so big. And then we have the T90 Prohiv or Prohiv M, which man, this tank really looks pretty nice, and it's the one with the 125mm to a 82 gun as well, so it'll be a lot of damage, such as with the Vacuum 2. So pretty dope. I'm looking to it to get this tank, and it will have also some additional layers of extra relic era, which will make it very well protecting. Anything heat based, be it shells or missiles, will not do so much damage, you know. So unlike on other Russian MBTs, there will also be era elements covering the rear of the vehicle, even the hull. That will be dope, because we have some issues with the KF-51, we have some issues with other tanks that they have a very thin lower plate. The hull areas, it's very annoying, like 357, 350, 260, man, that's too much. If the gun will be like something that it has the T90 in the game, the normal tier 9, but reloading probably the same at the same speed, but having the same damage as a T14 Armata, roughly 1k damage per shot, that's gonna be freaking dope. Like, this is gonna be like the new Object 640, you know, like the new one. It's gonna be interesting to see with this guy, and also 15% camouflage. And then we have some other Russian decals, Russia Ball. It's pretty fun, this one, I like it. And this battle pack will have avatars, player titles, loot crates, platinum boosters, and also a level 50 with the progression for 4 months. Keep in mind, guys, that sometimes problems might occur with the server and so on, so sometimes it might be 5 months or 4 months and 3 weeks or 2 weeks or a month. It's discussable, not always is like it's stable. And that's still not at all. It says, as we announced before, we'll be scaling up the battle coins income by introducing more free boosters. Yes, they are returning to the regular levels. I'm wondering what are the levels, I have no idea. More battle coin bonus income events will be dope to have that one. Sadly, I'm not gonna be able to join unless the battle pass has like a month pause between them. Free and easy complete bonus events awarding extra battle coins. That will be also dope, because we don't have so many, and since the shop it's been nerfed so that the drop rates pop out, I don't know how, but they pop out, will be pretty good to help everyone, like to help every player, everyone in the game. Now this is about this battle pass. We're gonna go ahead and switch to the game itself. Let's talk about this Europe's Age Battle Pass, how it went for me, how are the tanks after playing some more games with some of them, and with the grinding and the point of view of some players on how they went. Because yeah, I have also friends that they still try to finish this battle path and they still cannot do it. It's basically because it's been hard. Panther, Ajax, the Leopard Cockerel, and the Lynx prototype that I've got it from a crate from the missions. And if you're asking what missions is from these missions, from the elite missions, this is the crate. The K51. How is this tank? Well, this tank it's pretty dope in the fights. I can play aggressive, I can play passive, I can play like an assistant, sniper, whatever. The only thing I don't like it is the lower plate. So the German engineers tried to do some stuff with this lower plate, man. That's not great. At least put a dozer blade or add some sort of a fake skirt in front of the vehicle. Otherwise this vehicle would take a lot of damage. Frontally from the upper plate above, nothing can do a thing to this tank. It's strong as a stone, as a granite, you name it. It has ATGM launchers, however you need some retrofit for that, so that's gonna be like an ATGM control unit and a good commander. I'm using Alexander Cortez just for the damage, so I can do more damage in the shots. But it has good penetration on ATGMs, however low damage on these. Good penetration and damage on high explosives. I use heat, you can also use AP. And this is the APFSDS, similar to some tier, let's say 7, 8, 9, 10. Not the best penetration and damage output for a German tank. Let's go to AX. I played a few matches right after, but it's not one of those vehicles that I really want to play with. Like the utility thing with the camo overall and so on, it's fairly fine. But I don't know, man, it misses something, it misses some ATGMs, and for me, at high tier and tier 10 AV needs to have some ATGMs or needs to have a very good punching autocannon. If it does not have that one, he is, in my eyes, at a low level among other AVs in the game. Yeah, that's the cruel reality. When it comes to Leopard Cockerel made me and still does a good impression. It's a good light tank. It's a really good light tanks. And among light tanks, this one really made me happy. Or chassis of an MBT, turret experimental, and a good punching gun. You have also heat and APFSDS, and you can also use head rounds if you wish. If you don't wish, so be it. It's up to you. Now coming to the Lynx, the reward vehicle, I'm gonna do a video about it and post it, and hopefully like this. But in short terms is like this. I'm gonna make it in one sentence. I was expecting more. Now let's go to the battle path itself with the ranks, missions, and so on. Let's go ahead to the rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a platinum supply crate. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So at 19 you get a Harimau Kaplan MT skin, and then at 20 you get a Leopard Cockerel. Man, I really encourage in the upcoming battle path to have let's say less skins and more battle coin boosters, or at least crates, more crates, hopefully some other types of crates that gives you gold, because all I got was boosts. And then you have some decals which are pretty nice, and then you go back to level 27, another one, 29, 31, 33, 34, 5, 6. You get a skin for the Challenger 2 ATDU, the tier 10 Honey Badger. It's not one of those skins that I like, honestly. I will still to the one that I have on my Chally. Let's go to the British CRV, a boxer CRV. Yeah, this is a traditional skin. I saw it also on some MBTs. Not a good one when you come to fight. And then we have IX at 40, 41, 42, 33, 44, 5, 6. We have a skin for the Leopard, the CZ skin. And then we have 47, 8, 9, and 10. We don't have no skin for the K51, so I am expecting that in the next or after the upcoming battle pass to have a skin for this tank, just like it happened to some tanks in the game at tier 10 MBTs. If we go a bit of it and showcase to the Type 28, something like this. It happened to this guy also, and to some other tanks that were a bit, without the skin. So I'm expecting them to have a special skin right the next update or so on. The grinding, how it went? The grinding, well, on my behalf it went 50-50, because I was quite busy. I had projects, I had a lot of things to do, write a lot of things, and unable to play. I came at home sometimes unable to play even with boosters on for a few hours, so I had to basically quit. But after some lucky pulls in the shop, I managed to get a 50k round once, and then another 50k and 25k 2 times, and I finished the battle on time. But to some players, yeah, it is, and it was a roughly battle pass when it comes to some missions like these ones. Like it says, cockerel missions. Keep in mind that some players in this game, they don't have some other tanks that, like, let's say Zuber PSP, and some are just joined the game, so they don't have the K21 XA8 or the Wilk or some other tank, so it's pretty hard to do the missions like in the end, like these ones, finish top 3. To the British ones, like, not many players have Challenger at tier 10, and not even some other tanks such as like Centurion Avri or IX. So also, again, another thing, was quite hard to unlock these. And to Euro MBT, many were triggered because only French and German tanks were. Well, what countries are in Europe, or what vehicles are in Europe? There are some vehicles that basically we have Italian again, so whatever, but there are just MBT missions, so basically MBT. So many players don't have, or they didn't have, the Leclerc at high tier, the K51, the Leopards, so they had to grind and lock, and until they finished this probably took a while. When it comes to the Elite, here it was, pretty fine. I'm still wondering what's gonna happen with the Challenger 2 Street Fighter parts, because I have already Challenger 2 Street Fighter, I have the parts, but now I'm just with the parts, so it's a bit troublesome, because even though if you go to shop, I have no idea how it is. If you guys know, leave it in the comment section. But all in all, the battle pass went pretty fine for me, and hopefully the next battle pass will be much better, and the drop rates will be much better, and hopefully we will have some tier 10 crates, tier 9 crates. I just hope I might get a tier 10 tank that I don't have. Thanks for watching, guys. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think about this battle pad and the previous ones, you know, like in compare versus the upcoming one. And if you haven't purchased yet, to go ahead and do it as long as the offer is still running. I already purchased the access for this battle pad. That's why I have this profile picture, so I've got it, and hopefully it will be pretty easy, put it in quotes. Have a nice summer, and see you next time in the next video, roughly a month. I hope it ain't gonna be so long. Bye bye.